Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 36 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Thompson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Watching that, Barney!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. fake here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Walters. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Dayon Buchanan coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He completes it to Julio Jones. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds. So no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule.
Right, now,
where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Over.
To throw is Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
Now a handoff. Johnson. Spinning away. Room to run inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there. 27 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Set! 319!
the play fake. Here's Rosen. Completes it right side to Dodson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. From the gun, it's Rosen. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. It's brought in by Dodson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Josh Doctson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flagged down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Throwing on first down. Walters. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30. The 20. A huge play there on the screen pass. 69 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Operating from the gun, Walters. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jonathan Hankins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. To throw on second down, Walters. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go!
From the gun, Walters. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. In for the score. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So out now come the Cardinals. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. The wrist seems fine. The legs were never a problem as DJ's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Johnson. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, finding room at the 30. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 82 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping it.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's Johnson, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would like to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from the desert after this.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They go play action. It's Rosen. They'll roll him out right. And it's hauled in by Dodson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it here with Thompson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
But he was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Rosen. And contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Walters. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Walters. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if the Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Dayon Buchanan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Walters firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Off play action. Walters. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Coleman, and he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Walters escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They will run again with Coleman. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Walters steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Extra point safely through, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Second down, here's Rosen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action here with Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. With it is Brown. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Coleman now. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. And a nice carry there, 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. To throw on 2nd down. Walters. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun. Walters. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13 and also the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Looking to throw on second down. Walters is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To throw on third down. Walters. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Lets it go for Nelson. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Leopard! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. In for the score. And now the Cardinals are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
There's so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Walters. And a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Come on, let's go. 38.
To throw on second down. Walters. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Coleman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Walters. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Rosen. Forced out to his left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Cardinals on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They toss it out right to Johnson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And he caught it up. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Arizona, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.